The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys? Yeah!
Go Cowboys!
Blowing out of the backfield, exploding down the sideline.
This is Hangin' with the Boys, presented by Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. Now, your hosts, Nate Newton, Kurt Daniels, Jesse Holley, and Shannon Gross.
Hump Day, and you're looking live at Tostitos Championship Plaza outside Ford Center in the Star of Frisco, where they are setting up for an unknown event. We'll try to figure that out before the end of the show.
Money.
It is 92 degrees, feels like 95. The high today is 94. The low tonight is 71. And...
Oh, that shit. I'm sorry. I was looking. No, I looked down. I was like, oh, snap. Tyrone Wheatley Jr. That's Tyrone. I remember his dad.
Oh, yeah, from Michigan, right?
Yeah. Shannon, Nate, Kurt, Jesse. Together, we make Hanging with the Boys, the sports talk equivalent of Braille. People feel us.
How you doing, Cook? Ready
When
to go
we
into the end
speak.
zone?
This segment is brought to you by Wingstop, where flavor gets his.
I don't know what's going on today. The show.
Man, the cookies got my head swimming. I'm sorry.
You are going to go into diabetic shock.
Welcome to Hanging with the Boys, where you never know what you're going to get.
But if you listen in
Neither do
long
we.
enough, you're going to get something. Like, that's the thing about our show.
You'll get something. There's a
will.
little bit for everybody. You just got to wade through the parts you don't like, because this show's not for everybody.
What's not to like? Come on now.
I mean, I like it. This is the most enjoyable hour of my day is coming in here and hanging out with you guys.
I wouldn't quite say that.
Well, my day, I don't know. Your day may be better than mine.
Nah, we appreciate that, bro.
But this is
We appreciate that.
get to hang out with my buddies.
He gets human interaction.
Yeah, that's part of it.
Adult interaction.
Y'all aren't a Zoom call. I'm not looking at a screen. And it's a. I like hanging out with y'all. We should hang out more often. We should go eat at least once a year.
I like your shirt, Shannon.
That's very floral, like very.
It's kind of small.
He wears it like a floral shirt every day.
I know.
Showing them guns.
I know you got the
Mean
gun
to.
show out
It fits
today.
here, but in the arm, it's a little-
Yeah.
it's a little
Sun's out, guns out.
Just tried to crack.
Yeah.
Nah, sun's out, guns out. I like it. The extra medium on the
It
day.
is. It's very extra medium.
Yeah, medium in the chest, small in the arm. That's
Yeah.
okay. Let's go,
Hey,
baby.
not my fault they cut it like this. I
No.
bought it. I like the design. Fits everywhere else. Just a little snug up here.
Nah, it looks good.
Thanks. Appreciate that. How are y'all today?
Good.
Yeah?
Yeah. Today's Mental Health Wednesday. My mentals and my dentals are well.
Yeah.
Leave here, go to therapy after this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got any stuff you got to get off your chest at therapy? Or are you good this week?
One thing I am going to talk about in therapy today is fans who consistently want to have this barbershop conversations with me on Twitter, and I'm just like, I'm not doing it with y'all, because we should throw it deep, just throw it deep, and I'm like, y'all do know it's 2 or 3 guys that's standing back there that's going to intercept that ball, and then y'all going to be telling me we need to trade our quarterback and get a new quarterback in.
They're already doing
so
that.
So they have all these crazy narratives, and at the smallest sign of. They're ready to.
So you'll talk about the job.
I talk about
in
everything.
therapy.
Yeah,
Like Twitter and social and all that good stuff.
yeah. It's a part of mental health.
How often you go to therapy?
Once a week,
Once a week.
every Wednesday.
Yeah.
Shout out to Dr. J.
There you go, Dr. J.
Talk about the red zone a little bit.
Yeah.
Here's another thing that's bothering me. It's been 3 weeks. They can't get the ball in the end zone. I just need to put that out in the universe. So, how you doing, Kurt? How's your mentals and dentals?
Good. Just clicking away.
You know what's funny? I drove home yesterday and I could not stop thinking about what Kurt said. Like he was like, "Yeah, my sister, she talks less than I do," and I just couldn't stop thinking about. I'm like,
How is that possible?
How is that possible?
I guess that's.
I was like,
I worded that wrong. She and I will talk, but she is a quiet person as well.
Thanksgiving's got to be.
No. I mean, when we're together, it's good. I'm just saying, personality-wise, she's a quiet person.
Wow.
You think she'll call into the show?
No, I would. I'd bet good money she's never listened to this show.
Kurt's just like, no chance. Nate, how about you? I see you over there studying. Saw you watching film all day yesterday. You ready to talk some football? Before we do that, how
Jazz, I hate you.
are you? Yeah.
She's doing y'all in, isn't she?
Yeah, she brought Shannon some
A
cookies.
plate full of
That's what
cookies.
those suppliers do, man. They give you a little taste.
Yeah, that's what
I
they
just-
do.
Before you know it.
I walked
Now
by
you know.
I walked by my favorite cookie.
And he was strong. He was strong.
I was strong, and then she brought it again.
And before I could get back in the room, it was gone off my little platter.
And I know I'm not on kilter because y'all was talking about one thing, and I'm talking about.
Cookies.
I know I was talking when y'all was saying squeeze. Fill.
Oh,
I'm talking about cook. That's the wings.
Oh, yeah, you are.
I'm all off. So Jesse,
Sugar balance got you all off.
thank you.
My boy Sugar.
Yeah,
my
thank
boy
you.
Sugar is off.
Thank you and no thank you,
Yeah.
Jazz, because
Oh, my
I made
God.
it well known how good.
So I'm sitting up here trying to study. Like we gonna talk about the defense, right? Their defense, right?
Correct.
Yep.
Cowboys
Okay,
offense,
okay,
their
okay.
defense.
All right. All right.
Good, you focused.
Oh, I'm trying. Go ahead
All
on.
right, you want to talk some football?
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's start with their defense. We'll talk Cowboys offense later.
Okay.
Start defense.
Patriots.
Patriots.
Oh, okay,
defense.
Lord.
The New England Patriots.
Okay.
Defense.
I'm gonna say this right here, right quick.
Matthew
Mike.
Judon still wears
He's still
red
a man.
sleeves.
Yep.
Still a man. Okay.
They still got two big old hogs in the middle. They got Devon Garchek, and they have Lawrence Guy Sr. That's number 93 and number 92. I don't know about Devon. He might not play. They lost a good player, number 95. He's out. Daniel, I can't pronounce his last name.
Ukulele.
Yeah, he's out. He's
Quali.
he's a difference maker. But Judon and the linebackers are still who they are.
Even when Nate pulls his mic up to his mouth, he
Yeah.
still talks around his mic.
Yeah, I
Did
do
you notice
because I
that?
don't want to spit on it, man. I mean,
Chris,
Jesse got me so
yo.
paranoid about the
Chris will clean
spraying,
it.
and we don't, But anyway,
So how are we stopping Mr. Judon?
how we stopping him?
Yeah.
We just slowing him down. we
We hope Tyron's in there.
yes, we can only slow him down. They're only giving up 93 yards rushing.
Do they move him around?
A lot. He is their equivalent.
their Micah?
He is their Micah. Now he ain't as athletic as Michael, but he can do so. He can disrupt the game. I think he had 2 sacks last week. Okay, Jesse. Thank you.
Are you done? You sweating? You got the sugar sweats?
Yeah, I'm done, man. I'm done.
Get this man a pill.
Now let me drink some water. Go ahead, old Jess.
Kurt, you got something?
No, I'm interested to hear
Oh
this.
Lord, that
'cause
means
they-
Jesse's gonna go for a while. This is
another,
his team.
Another defensive
This-
line
this-
could,
He's about to, bow down to the greatness of Bill Belichick.
I do want to hear about that.
Here we go.
You know what's interesting about this defense?
What?
They have no defensive coordinator and haven't had one since 2017.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
No, they don't have.
Belichick's the deep coordinator. Huh?
No one. They don't list anybody as a defensive coordinator. No one has the position. They actually take turns. First,
Belichick's not
You
calling
got it this week. Who's got it? I want it.
His son calls plays at times.
Ginger
Gerard Mayo,
Mayo, yeah.
calls they literally divvy up the responsibilities on.
And then they do this right here. At the end of the day, hey Dad, what do you think about this?
They put together their game plans and then go walk it up to Bill and go, here's what we think. And so each week, which this is what makes this defense interesting, because at its core, right, it's based 3-4 defense, right, and that's what they are at the core. The first thing I recognized when this defense was the run fits. Those guys understand run fits. Those guys aren't. They're not trying to go in and get the sack party.
They didn't do what we did.
No.
Last week.
No. And in the back of my mind, I remember my time at New England, and I remember, we all made fun of the "do your job" mantra. That reigns true in what they do, especially defensively. Do your job. If your job is supposed to be two gapping, two gap. If your job is supposed to be head up, head up. If your job is supposed to be outside contained, you better outside contain. They are about that do your job life.
Are there consequences if they don't?
Yeah, you
won't play.
You're thorns. You get thorns in your butt from the bench. You get splinters in your butt from the bench. That's the first thing I noticed. Up front, they do a late shift. I think it's number 93 or number 90. His number was jumbled up, but they do this late shift, right? It's going to be imperative. And it looks like that Tyler Biotish might not play this week again. But the way that they do that late shift up front, the communication is going to have to be paramount on the offensive line. Then you go to the linebackers. Matthew Judon, you cannot miss him. Got red sleeves. Fine red sleeves. When you break the huddle, it's always fine where number 9 is at. The guy with the red sleeves. If they have a single digit on this defense, good players.
Okay.
If they have a single digit, Bentley, number 9, number 2, number 6, number 5 is Jabril Peppers, number 2 is Jalen Mills, number 6 is Gonzalez, their all-star, not all-star, but the rookie that they like. Of course, Judon is number 8. The only one who's really not like number 3, Mac Wilson. If they have a single number on their jersey on the defense, good player. Really good player.
So what do you mean by, like, explain what they're doing shifting? Is it just the guys up front are taking a slide over?
Yeah, like he'll be in one gap and then like late he'll just shift over. And sometimes I got a good feeling. That we're probably going to jump off sides 1 or 2 times because it's a real late shift, but it's just to change the side that he goes to from one side to the other. They bring pressure from everywhere. Again, 3-4 defense. You're going to see 3 down linemen. You're going to see 2 guys standing up at the end, and then their linebackers. They divvy it up. The league has now gone to this hybrid thing, right? Like everyone's doing it. Everyone has a safety or call it a star. We used to call it a buck when I played. Whatever you want to call it nowadays, they'll do that. They'll bring pressure. Jabril Peppers off the edge. They'll line guys up in the A gaps, bring them there. Like you never know when they're going to bring pressure. They had one coverage one time. I don't know what it was. I watched it 7 times. I don't know what coverage it was. I tried to figure it out, and I was like, it confused me. And I'm like, what coverage is that in the back end? They hold late in their looks, transfer out of it late. Gonzalez is a kid that they like. They do a lot of man coverage as well. Yeah. He's a guy who they really, 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 really like and can play.
Yeah,
that kid
rookie too,
can play. So this is going to be. Go ahead, Nate. You got something?
The thing in versus the run, what frees their linebackers up. You can go, Jess. I've never seen this. Well, I have seen it, but it's been a long time. Where you are double teaming them. And their defensive line, instead of turning either sideways, they'll reset and set down. You'll knock them a yard back, and then they'll just reset themselves. I've seen Russell Maryland used to do that.
Yeah. You know who used to do that a lot for them? Yeah. Vince Wilfork.
Yeah. He just reset.
And what it does is it makes whoever that double team is, if it's center, guard, whatever the guard and the center is, you can't get off of it now. So what does that mean?
You eat up
my linebacker now has an opportunity to free flow. So
that sounds like a great concept.
Their concept, they just want to be gap eaters.
Yeah.
They're going to try to come forward, but you don't see them guys like trying to swim and trying to do. They're not trying to be Aaron Donald. They're not trying to be Chris Jones. They're not. Those guys up front, you won't ever see those guys up front 10, 11, 12 sacks, 8, 9, 10 sacks. No. 1.5, 2, 3 on the season, because what they want to do is, I want to be stout, I want to be big, I want to be assignment alignment sound, and the guys who are supposed to make the tackles, make the tackles. If there is a soft area on this defense, which I think we should attack, maybe we'll talk more about that in the run game, the edges. Their edges 48, 31. When I watched Miami, I watched the Jets. Side note, has nothing to do with Cowboys, has nothing to do with Patriots. Mike McDaniels in Miami, I watched the Miami Patriots game. Mm-hmm. What's that stuff that Aaron Rodgers be on, that Asawasa? He got to be on that. He on that designing plays. I'm telling y'all, I'm foreshadowing. Christmas is going to be a hell of a task. Mike McDaniels is doing some stuff in Miami.
I love that dude.
With his play designs and his calls. Mm-hmm. It took me an extra 35 minutes to watch film because I kept having to rewind the Miami game.
You hadn't seen it before.
Because I'm watching the offense. I'm like, wait a second. Oh, Jesse's supposed to be watching the defense. Patriots defense. I kept watching Miami offense.
Tua is the only quarterback.
Mike McDaniels is special.
And Tua is the only quarterback that can gather all of this. Because everybody else, they don't try to plug into that, can't handle it. This kid stay healthy.
Yeah,
You
but
gonna see? Yeah, I'm with you.
get
bro.
back on. I don't want to have a squirrel moment, but I had so many squirrel
I gotta
moments.
take a bite of cookie from.
I had so many squirrel moments watching Miami's offense against the Patriots defense because Mike McDaniels,
He ain't playing.
that dude he on another level. Like his play design, you're like, well, why would you do that? And next thing you know, guy running free down the field. But their edges, Miami ran really well off the edges. So off tackle, getting the ball outside, running inside on this defense. The way they set it up front with Devon and Christian and Lawrence Guy and Judon and all them, it's tough sledding. It's tough sledding. They are not giving up that inside.
And I'm gonna believe in this right here. Yeah, I'm gonna believe in that. You don't want to ever see a guy injured, and it's Daniel's kid, number 95. I think he have a bicep, so he's on injury reserve. But boy, you talking about something special.
Really?
That number 95. I don't know if he starts, but every time he gets in the game, he makes a play all around the play. So I'm saying in my mind,
Ukulele.
yeah, you can't. You around here talking about you want some Aaron Rodgers if you want.
So the Eagles are second in rushing this year, and they only got 76 yards against them.
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you.
It's going to be
Because rushing the ball inside, I don't know how else to explain it. They are extremely disciplined. Their run fits, they don't miss on their run fits. Like you don't see guys running around blocks. Like they sell out, and they're okay with. I'm not the guy who's going to make the tackle. Like the mindset of the
special mindset.
It is I guess it's the Patriot way. The mindset is, if my job is to make him go an opposite way so somebody else gets the credit, that's what I have to do. And no one's trying to get out of their zones, and no one's trying to be the hero. Everybody defensively is geared in and locked in to doing their job. And if we're down 3 offensive linemen again, Tyron, Zach, and Tyler, it's going to be difficult in the trenches. It's going to be really,
That's
really
why they went out and got
difficult.
this veteran.
It's going to be
veteran
really
center.
difficult in the trenches because the communication has to be. When I tell you communication has to be sound, it has to be sound for what they do up front and then how they change in the back end. Those two things have to be, really, really on point because they're disciplined. They have players and they have a coach, a scheme that will confuse you, that will put you on your heels. And
Y'all got me worried already.
No, it's not being worried. You just know that this isn't the game. Now, when you go watch them offensively, you kind of go, oh, because Mac Jones is boo-boo juice. He is gooch juice. He is the Gucciest. No, Mac Jones is gooch juice. I'm just telling y'all.
I heard that about Dobbs last
Dobbs
night,
is
I think.
gooch. There's a reason why Dobbs only has 5 starts in this
I
league.
didn't say that about Dobbs.
There's only reason. Listen, there's only 5. There's a reason why Dobbs only have 5 starts in this league. If he was the man, he would be starting for another football team. He's a backup. He had a really good day on us. We watched Cooper Rush win 4 games last year, and Mac Jones is boo-boo juice. So offensively, that's why they win. That's why they lose close. He's boo-boo juice, and they don't have many weapons that we have to worry about offensively besides the running game. But defensively, they are sound. 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 I can't say it anymore. They are sound.
You said it again.
They are sound.
And again.
They're not going to make many mistakes. They're not going to.
Well,
they're not going to beat themselves.
That's a Belichick team. That's what he is. Even when he doesn't have players, he has hard teams to beat. So
Yeah.
All right, let's take our first break. When we come back, Cowboys offense.
And Matt Jones, he didn't mean it.
I meant it.
We'll talk about you tomorrow, Mac.
Matt, he didn't mean it. Please don't come here and set a record on us.
I meant it.
On the next segment of Hanging with the Boys.
Fall is here, and that means football is back, bringing all the delicious game day foods with it. As you prep for all the big games, tailgates, and watch parties, let Yo Quiero be your one-stop destination for all things home gating. Yo Quiero's fresh, flavorful, ready-to-serve guacamole, made with real Hass avocados, will score taste bud touchdowns as you cheer on the Cowboys. Yo Quiero's wide range of mouthwatering and versatile products can be found in your local grocery store's produce or deli section. Grab some today.
Star Sports Tours is the only official fan travel partner of the Dallas Cowboys, offering exclusive game weekend travel packages with pre-game sideline access and photo ops with current players, cheerleaders, and Cowboy legends. You want to stay at a team hotel? Attend the best tailgate party in Texas? Tour the Star and talk X's and O's with me, Everson Walls? With Star Sports Tours, you can. Visit cowboystravel.com to book your travel package today.
SeatGeek has your back no matter what kind of Cowboys fan you are. So whether you're a diehard fan or a don't really care fan, a we got 'em next time fan or we'll never win again fan, a here for the tailgate fan or a first one through the gates fan, SeatGeek not only makes buying and selling tickets easier than ever before, they made just about everything else easier too. So whether you're a here every week fan or haven't been here in years fan, SeatGeek has you covered. Download the SeatGeek app today. SeatGeek, your ticket to great Dallas Cowboys seats.
How's Wingstop sound? Crispy, juicy, classic wings. Made to order, cooked to perfection. And sauced and tossed in those 11 soul-satisfying flavors. Paired with hand-cut seasoned fries, house-made honey mustard, blue cheese, or signature Wingstop ranch. And of course, spicy Cajun fried corn. I think you've heard enough. Get your flavor delivered at wingstop.com.
Back to Hanging with the Boys.
Welcome back to the second segment of Hanging with the Boys, brought to you each and every day by blockchain.com. Thank you, blockchain.com. And we have some breaking news here on the show. Jesse.
Me?
Breaking news. What do we got?
NBA breaking news on Hanging with the Boys. Damian Lillard,
Yes.
in a 3-team trade, is on his way to Milwaukee.
Wow.
To the Bucks. Wow. Giannis said, I want to see if y'all serious about really competing.
Man.
They went and got Damian Lillard.
That's gotta put them right at the top of the
Lillard goes to
conversation
Miami. Lillard goes to Milwaukee. Drew Holiday, DeAndre Jordan, and I don't know the other guy, and a 29 unprotected to Milwaukee first-round pick and an unprotected Milwaukee swapped right 2028 to the Blazers. Phoenix lands Yusef Nurkic, Grayson Allen, Nasir Little, go Tar Heels, and Keon Johnson.
Wow. That's some movement there, man. That's some movement.
There's a lot of folks moving
Damian
around.
Lillard.
Break it down.
Break this down.
Break
Okay.
it down.
This trick, no. Damian Lillard got what he wanted. He wanted out of Portland. Giannis got what he wanted. He wanted some more help. And now we get back to football.
There we go.
That's a big trade right
Thank you for
there.
that. That's a huge trade.
Yeah.
That's a
Man,
huge
who
trade.
broke that over?
Kurt saw it
Kurt
on
saw it.
Well, breaking news from
the
Kurt.
X.
Yeah.
From Kurt.
Kurt
Thanks,
Daniels, man.
All
Way
right.
to go, Kurt.
Now, the million-dollar question that everybody wants to know. How's this offense going to do this week after being stalled out?
I got an initial question. You mentioned earlier about the center, and Biotish might not play. Brock Hoffman,
He's physical. He's physical.
But if they
and
want to
that's
add
it.
him, if they've already called him up, if they had him again, he has to go to the 53-man roster.
He'll be up.
So they're going to add him?
They're going to have to add him.
I'm going to say, otherwise you're
Yeah.
bringing up one of those two other guys, the new guy, Price, or I can't remember the other guy's name.
He's officially in.
That would give you 3 starting centers in 4 games. That can't be good, can it?
No.
So they'll go with Hoffman?
They got to go with him. I listen to Broadus because Broadus broke him down pretty good. He's a physical guy. He knows he handles himself better with one-on-one blocking. The next level is what getting him. When he's deuce blocking with somebody and trying to get up to the next level, the linebacker or maybe a safety that's in there as an extra guy, he struggles with that. And he's not a athletic, gifted guy. You know what I'm saying?
Like you were.
That's good.
No.
It's good to
I
hear.
couldn't
Now
snap the
these
ball
guys
and
are
do it.
shifting around and
Yeah,
stuff.
I couldn't. But if you give him somebody that's gonna play on his head and just get after him, he'll let you beat him up so he can latch on to you. He's that type of guy. He's like a leech. I call them leeches. When they
This is the perfect matchup for him then.
Yeah, they ain't gonna as long as if you want to drive him back a step, if you want to rag him up, but he good with that. He won't get like a bull or he'll lock in there and just hold on and fight you. But if you ask him to go up to the next level consistently, outside plays, he may struggle a little bit.
Do we see Tyron back this week?
I don't, man.
If
I
not,
don't know.
because I know that happened late. The Tyron situation happened on Saturday, right? So you kind of go with Chuma Udoka. But now that you have a week
You need
leading
to go
up
out
to
and
it,
get him a sleep member. So we regulate him on his sleep. You need to call Dak or some Dak. Look at him, man. I need to get some regulation.
What's your sleep number? I need to readjust.
Yeah.
Sleep numbers are part of the NFLPA too as well. We get discounts on that sleep
Yeah,
number. If
but
you want one, we get one.
We
on the
definitely need to get
NFLPA.
him one.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Get you in. I got $10.
But do you see a situation where they say, all right, Tyler, it was a short week last week. We left you in that guard. Now we're going to push you back out the center and then move either Chuma or Awesome at that left guard spot.
If they're doing it now, we ain't supposed to put our hands out. If they're doing it now, good. If they wait till Friday, no. They got to do this now.
Let them get a week of practice.
Let them work together as a unit. It ain't so much that we know Tyron Smith can play it. Tyler Smith can play it, but let him get out there and get some work at it. You know, and Brody said another good thing, whereas you was going 7 plays for the veterans, for your starters and 1 for the backup. Now it's maybe a 5-3 deal where you let the backups get some more reps in practice.
Would you rather have his strength and bulk outside or inside?
I always believed that if it was one guy that was your weak link, that you could cover for him, and whether it's left or right tackle, I didn't care because you should be good enough as a coordinator. As long as you don't have to do it more than 40% of the time, you should be able to cover for that one player and give him a little bit of help. But if he's raggedy and you got to always stick somebody out there, then you got to make the switch.
So you'd rather have Tyler inside.
Yeah.
All right, I have a more overarching question.
What's more overarching than your quarterback on his back?
The offensive coordinator. The play calling. How do you guys feel? There's rumblings in the local media like should Mike turn the play calling over?
I have
no, absolutely not.
Just
that's your guy.
Defend freaky.
Yeah. What are you seeing out of the play call? Is that the issue in the red zone? Like how do you feel about that?
You can't run.
I think last week, as much as we don't want to make this as an excuse, is Tyron going to the Hall of Fame? Yes or no?
Yes.
Is Zach Martin going to the Hall of Fame?
Yes.
You didn't have either one of those guys.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Yeah. I'm not making an excuse, but when you take away 2
is the reason why
Hall of Fame offensive linemen and a center. We here's the funny thing about when we laugh at certain players, like we kind of like, oh, Tyler Biadasz, he's like, he's okay, he's not great enough. And then you take him away, you're like, boy.
And then you're like, what happened?
You're like, what happened?
You can't score in the red zone, the play call.
Yeah, so you're talking about 3 Pro Bowl players, 2 for sure are going to have a gold jacket that they didn't pay for, in the words of Deion Sanders. and you wonder why you're struggling doing certain things in the tight red zone? I'm not making an excuse for the offense or for Freaky Mike. You got to be better. Cannot go 1 for 5 in the red zone. But I think that matters. That matters. And when you go into that game, think about Tyron and those guys. That stuff happened Saturday. You know what you got to do to a game plan now? Portions of the game plan are gone. Because we like, you know what? There's certain things we just can't. I can't run certain because Zach is such a great puller or Tyron is such a great this or that. I just can't run certain things in these areas no matter what because of the guys that we have. Some of those guys didn't even practice some of the things when you got to go out and pull or when you got if you're running certain things and the guy has to now spin back and get the backside block. All these things now that you may have had in your red zone bag, you can't actually run anymore because you don't have the facilities up front to properly protect it.
Everybody that's talking that nonsense, tap the brakes. It's 3 games in, right? Let's just.
They had no problem scoring in the red zone in week 1, right? No matter what the weather was. And then they did okay in the red zone in week 2. They bombed in week 3. All across, week 3 was a bomb all across the board. Coaching, playing, effort, scheme.
Just erase it from your memory.
It was a raggedy game.
It didn't happen. Last week didn't happen. Let's just start over this week.
I think this week, I hope, because I don't want to talk about this next week. I do. I hope. Because they don't have a problem moving the ball from 20 to 20. They got no problem doing that. Just when you get in the red zone, just got to
buy in. A lot of people are saying they don't have the personnel down there anymore. I know we talked some about Schultz. We talked about Zeke. The receivers, can they go up and get the ball? I mean, is that really an issue?
This is what I believe. You know, I joke about the
You
plays.
can fly?
Nah, I joke about the plays. I gave y'all another play today. Fellas, I've never seen a team struggle that can run inside the 5. If you can punch that ball in 1 or 2 times inside the 5, I promise you everything open up. I promise you. Now,
but they
you mentioned Schultz yesterday, and oh, that's great. You mentioned Mari Cooper. Oh, that was great. But what was the one constant in that backfield?
Zeke, baby, Zeke.
No, they had an offensive line that was together. Don't go with Zeke.
No.
He's back this week, baby.
I'm with the offensive line. I'm not going to even rebuke that. But you got to have enough niftiness of feet and a feel to explode at the right time.
And a big enough head to batter right through that line.
Yeah, to take advantage of that good offensive line.
So Pollard doesn't have that?
He does. But with Zeke, and I'm not saying Zeke can make what happened to us, that was a tragedy what happened Saturday. You know, you just wake up and, man, hey, Coach, we got some bad news. Your left tackle gone. Coach, and you knew Zach wasn't going to be there, but guess what? Man, Biotis' hamstring tightened up overnight. What the coach, like just say you hit a paper, he like, okay, half the board, the big board he had, now all of a sudden he's walking around with a little
sticky note.
Yeah, sticky notes.
Come
on, man.
The menu shrink down to just the appetizers.
Go ahead.
See, a good offensive line, you can tell, and I give you an example. DeAndre Swift.
Yes, sir.
Left a team last year that let him run a lot. But he's found some light over there at Philadelphia. Believe me, this don't look like the same guy. I mean, 16 carries, 130-something yards. Come on, man. This is what they were thinking they were going to get in Detroit. They didn't get it. But that's what an offensive line will do.
I was going to say, is that the offensive line?
That's what he is legit. Our offensive line, when Zeke first was in the league and fresh and, that was a little bit of Zeke and a whole lot of offensive line. But as the offensive line got older, Zeke started showing that he was nifty of feet. And I'm talking about especially in the red zone and the short yardage situation. I think the best thing they ever did went out and got Pollard to kind of open it back up. And it helped revive Zeke and it helped revive our offensive line.
Was that change because we didn't have those offensive linemen? Is that why we didn't see Turpin or Deuce? Did that negate the
he just wanted to be
outside and all that?
He was playing it close to the hill. For me, I'm thinking from offensive line's point of view, he was playing it close to the hill. He didn't want no slip-ups, no bad plays, no missed assignments. I think he's like, I'm going with Tony. I'm going with the safe bet here, and I'm going to ride with Tony. That's just what I feel.
And I do think some of the time, like as a coach, because, of course, I hope that Mike is watching film too. He had to look at it and go, you know what? I'm going to trust and believe in what I've seen the first 2 weeks, and we're going to make a play. We're going to make a play. While the game is still within reach, we're going to do something, and the engine just would never turn over, and it was kind of waiting for it. It just could never get to a place where it was, where it was successful. So let's just hold on. Let's see what happens this week. I think this will be a point of emphasis all this week.
Why did he go back?
In the film room, on the practice field, getting things right in the red zone. They know it. We know it. They don't have a problem getting down there.
But Jess, I don't want to hear it no more.
I don't think you're going to hear it.
I just don't want to hear no more about we're going to learn from this, fellas. That's kind of getting.
Yeah,
I mean that's old, man.
That's all you can do.
That's no.
What else can you do?
You go okay.
Don't let it happen.
You have you have 2 or 3 games where you have success, and okay, now all of a sudden it seems like, but they all get together in one game.
I know.
And say, fellas, hey man, you know what? We done stopped the run 2 or 3 weeks in a row. They know how good we are. Hey, let's get the quarterback.
Let's just go get him.
It's like they do it together. It ain't like with just one guy. It's like the whole team forget how to play.
Yeah, if we all go at once, they can't stop us. They can't get it out fast enough. We just go. Let's go. All right, let's take our last break. When we come back, a special guest in studio on Hangin' with the Boys.
I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys.
And they snap it to Prescott, who looks right. It's not there. He escapes left. He'll run for a first down.
Just like football, when it comes to crypto, it's important to have a team you can trust. With blockchain.com, I know I'm in good hands. Since 2011, they've been trusted by millions around the world to buy, sell, and trade cryptocurrency.
Prescott's going to run this himself. Run it up the middle, and he scores.
Whether you're new to crypto or an active trader, they've got you covered. What are you waiting for? Get started at blockchain.com.
How's Wingstop sound? Crispy, juicy, classic wings. Made to order, cooked to perfection. And sauced and tossed in those 11 soul-satisfying flavors. Paired with hand-cut seasoned fries, house-made honey mustard, blue cheese, or signature Wingstop ranch. And, of course, spicy Cajun fried corn. I think you've heard enough. Get your flavor delivered at wingstop.com.
SeatGeek has your back no matter what kind of Cowboys fan you are. So whether you're a diehard fan or a don't really care fan, a we got 'em next time fan or we'll never win again fan, a here for the tailgate fan or a first one through the gates fan, SeatGeek not only makes buying and selling tickets easier than ever before, they made just about everything else easier too. So whether you're a here every week fan or haven't been here in years fan, SeatGeek has you covered. Download the SeatGeek app today. SeatGeek, your ticket to great Dallas Cowboys seats.
James Wright here, your 2022 Dallas Cowboys Fan of the Year. You know how much I love my Cowboys, and I am thrilled to be talking to you about the 2023 Fan of the Year award presented by Captain Morgan. We're looking for the ultimate Cowboys fan to spice up the game. That means you eat, sleep, and breathe the Dallas Cowboys. If that's you, or if you know someone like me, then go to dallascowboys.com/fan of the year and you could win tickets to Super Bowl 58 and so much more. Enter today.
Back to Hangin' with the Boys.
Just be careful, Chew.
Welcome back to the show. Ooh, this is a loud mic. Welcome back to the show, Hanging with the Boys. And the last segment each and every day is brought to you by Blockchain or Jigsaw.
Jigsaw, baby.
Proud dating
Oh, you
partner.
better eat too many cookies.
Them cookies got y'all over there.
Proud
Sugar
dating
rush.
partner of the Dallas Cowboys. And we have a very special in-studio guest today. I don't think he thought he was going to be on the air. He just thought he was going to hang out in the studio and watch, talk close to that thing, almost get like sexy with it.
All right.
Not too sexy.
How's that?
Not too sexy now. Yeah, watch out. You're too
We
sexy.
have John from the Dallas Cowboys, and I'll let you explain what you do and everything, but I haven't seen you in forever, so saw you in the building and was like, man, come down on the show and just talk football with us. So,
Well, I handle VIP transportation for the team and the Jones family, and I work in new business development. So we're working on all kinds of projects. Things like you got the Miller Lite Ice House in the West Plaza, just little projects like that I get involved in. I think I've got my hands in just about everything, but transportation's my specialty, so I make sure everybody gets to where they need to be when they need to be there.
So like buses, planes, helicopter?
No, I'm not. No,
Oh.
I'm not that good.
nothing off the ground.
Okay.
We don't talk to you about the yacht? We do that?
No.
You got some yacht secrets for us?
He all land.
I'm ground transportation.
Yeah, ground transportation. Yeah.
So if you break down with me, you're not going to crash your plane. We're going to call a wrecker. So that's what I always tell the drivers. They're always comparing everything to the helicopter and the planes. I'm like, guys, it's a different ball game there. They break down, it's trouble. We break down, we got to call a wrecker.
So you're a lifelong Cowboy fan. You're from East Texas, right?
I'm from Gilmer, Texas, born and raised.
The Gilmer, what's the football team? Gilmer,
the Buckeyes.
The Buckeyes, that's right.
Buckeyes, we got a good program there. I think we're 2-2 right now, but we always schedule those pre-district tough guys. Carthage and I'm trying to think Paris and some of the the Kilgore, the big dogs out in East Texas, but made it to state last year. And we're about to hit district, so we're going to see what we have.
So you grew up Cowboy fan, and you've got a cool story. You toured with some country artists, and
Yes,
you
he
were on
did.
tour for a while with one other huge Cowboy fan that's actually a judge for the cheerleaders every year, right?
Neil McCoy.
Yep.
Yeah, I started with Neil in 2008 as a merchandise manager, and ended up playing percussion for him, bongos, congas, and shakers, tambourines, all that. So I got
You got a little soul in you.
You got a
little soul in
Yes,
you.
sir.
You
Just I got that rhythm.
You can't be on the tambourines if you ain't got no soul
No,
in you.
you gotta- I know all the-
you can't be pasty white and be on the tambourines. You got to have a little something in you
I
because
tell
them
you.
tambourines hit a little different.
My parents listened to radio station out in East Texas when I was a kid, and it was all 50s, 60s, 70s, Motown.
Okay, all right, then. All right, that's all you need to
grew up
say.
on Motown,
okay,
man,
then you got,
so-
then you good. Then you,
and I got a chance to go up to Studio A up in Motown, and man, that was a heck of
say
an
no more.
experience.
You got Motown in your blood, then you can, because you just can't get a tambourine to everybody.
And I fake it though. I always just listened to those guys and just replicated what they did. I never used proper technique or anything, but I had a good time. I got to tour with Blake Shelton in 2014. We did a 6-month run with him, and that was a heck of a time.
Yeah.
And Blake's a great guy. He's just he was doing The Voice and just got off that, and I think he's going to take a little bit of time off, but that's pretty much.
So what do you think about the team so far? Everybody, I'm sure you're on social media and you listen to all the radio shows. We were winning the Super Bowl the first 2 games, and now everybody wants to fire Dak. They want Coach McCarthy to give up play calling or run him out of town. They want to trade for this player, cut this player. You're a lifelong Cowboy fan. How do you feel about the team right now?
I'm worried about certain areas. Obviously, just like you guys have probably talked about, red zone. We've got to get those issues fixed. Defense, we're good there. I mean, it was horrible to lose Trayvon. That was terrible. I'm cross our fingers that we don't lose anybody else, but I'm not ready to run Mike out of town.
Let's go.
Neither are we. Neither are we. We know we're in this room. We have common sense.
Yeah.
A lot of our fans right now.
Well,
it depends on what subject. We're
not
on.
all of us.
Football,
Not all the time.
And you get emotional. The fans get emotional, and they want something right now. We got to have it done right now, and I get that. I mean, as a fan, and but you got to. Being in the organization, I see what goes on and how much goes into this, and it's a lot more than people realize. And it's a tough sport. Football's a tough sport, and you got to be on top of your game. And I think we're going to get it back together. I'm not sure how this week's going to go, but I think we'll.
So you scared of the Patriots, or what you mean you ain't sure? Now come on, now.
But John John made a great point. John made a great point when
Let him explain his scaredness first, Jess.
Well, I'm scared. See that? Here's what I'm scared of. Every time somebody goes somewhere else,
Right.
Zeke,
Right.
they got our number, and then they show up, they show out,
Right.
and that's what kind of has me concerned. I'm scared Zeke's going to have a 200-yard game.
He might get the ball the first 15 plays of the game.
Yeah, I think Belichick's going to. He's definitely going to.
Welcome home. Here you go.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Hey, Jen, what do you think about that?
Belichick's not changing his plan because Zeke's coming home. He's not. He's not going to. He's like.
If he's going to give it to a 15, it's going to be 15.
Could
if
you
it wasn't,
imagine,
it wasn't.
imagine the uproar though if he runs for 150 and 2 touchdowns or something? It would be
Monday. I'm calling it sick Monday.
I am calling it sick. I'm not doing the show.
That's your boy. You do the show.
I'm doing the show.
I'm
doing the show. And I'll get in early with Crispy, and we'll do a highlight roll.
Here's Zeke up the middle. Here's Zeke off the left guard.
This is why it happened. See this technique?
No, boy.
You're going to blame me for saying it.
Yeah, for real. We're going to blame you, John. We're going to blame you.
The more important thing is, I think you said something that I've never heard in my life. You said John actually had a good point a while ago. What was that? I don't know what that was before Nate cut you off.
No, but John said, it's the NFL. Like, you always got to be on your game. Like, you can't have the moment you have those off days, someone comes and they smack you in the face. And we can say whatever we want and watch film whatever we want. If you don't play up to your potential week in and week out, this is still the National Football League.
And you can laugh at a team and be like, oh, they're just the Cardinals. They're just, and there's some teams we're playing later on in the year. You're like, that's just, it can happen.
It can happen.
These guys, they get paid the same. I mean, everybody's professionals out here, so you have an off week.
So we have a little thing we do in here. Did you know Kurt before the show?
I did not. I've seen him a million times.
And we eat lunch with him. How long have you worked here?
This is my 5th season.
5 years you've been in this building.
Well, 4 years. This is my 5th season. I started.
So 4 years you've been in this building.
I don't get out of my shell much.
You didn't know who Kurt was.
I didn't. But I've seen him a million times. I just didn't.
Kurt's all about being seen, not heard. The greatest move in silence.
Yeah.
Kurt not trying to be all up in everybody. You know what I'm saying? He just like, listen, I come to do a job. I'm not here for all that, but don't play with me now.
Right.
Don't play with me because I'm a senior editor.
Right.
Now I know Nate. Nate's always
because he loud.
Nah, I hang out in the
because he loud. He's the opposite of Kurt. He's loud.
In the Cowboys club here, and that's where we met. And he got me drinking some vodka one night.
No, I didn't get it. No, I tried to stop him.
He did.
I like, hey man, I don't drink no more. He had a bit. I don't want to get into that.
I'll drink one for you.
Boy, man, I'm praying for you, brother. Okay, all right.
Actually, I stopped.
I'm about to say, I stopped. Probably need to put a stop. We're going to put a period on that thing. We ain't going to comma that thing, semicolon, then we're going to nip it in the bud.
Because I hadn't seen you in a couple of weeks, and, nobody had mentioned it. When you text me the other night, I'm like, this is my boy. Then,
It's like he's coming on the show today. So, hey, we got to get out of here, man. Thank you for coming on. I know this was a surprise for you. Thank you so much. It's good seeing you. Good seeing you back in the building, man. You look great. You sound great.
Good to be here.
You finally washed and cut your hair.
I know. I got a haircut this morning.
Yeah, I mean, that's more than you were doing whenever I was around.
I looked like a clown last night. On here was out to here.
So, Jesse, good show, man. Kurt, good show.
That's how we break it down.
Can't reach that far from this end of the table. Nate, good show. John, good show. Good seeing you, man. Chris, thanks for keeping us on the air.
I think more people know Elvis than you.
Oh, you think Elvis?
No, I'm just saying he's been gone. You see an Elvis site, you know what I'm saying? A Kurt site.
We will be back tomorrow, same time, same place. Cowboys defense, Patriots offense on Hanging with the Boys.
Mac Jones Booty Juice.
No cookies.
We out.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!